All right, let's talk about something that every single person on their Hifdh journey knows all too well. You spend all that time on a page, it's perfect, and then the next day, poof, it's fuzzy. If that's you, you are in exactly the right place. We're going to break down two honestly game-changing techniques that can fix your retention for good. So let's dive right in. You know that feeling, right? You put in the hours, you get the page down perfectly. Every single word is crystal clear. You go to sleep feeling great about it. And then you wake up, try to recite it, and it's like it just evaporated overnight. It's all fuzzy, you're stumbling, the flow is gone. It is so frustrating. But listen, if this sounds familiar, I want you to know something really important. You are not alone. This is pretty much a universal challenge for everyone memorizing the Quran. So let's talk about what we'll call the forgetting problem. Now, the good news here, and this is really important, is that this probably isn't about you having a bad memory. Not at all. 9 times out of 10, it's actually about having a weak revision strategy. You see, the real battle isn't just memorizing the page, it's keeping it locked in for the long haul. And really, getting this distinction is a total game changer. It's one thing to memorize the Quran, right? But keeping it, that is a whole different ballgame. We get so focused on learning the next page that we forget to build a solid system for holding on to what we've already worked so hard for. Memorizing is step one. Retention, well, that's the long game. So the big question is, how do we build a system that actually sticks? Okay, first up, the power of correction. This is our first major technique, and it is all about the quality of your revision. See, it's not just about if you review, it's about how you review. And the secret sauce? It comes down to one simple, powerful idea: having another person listen to you and correct you. So let's really break this down. When you revise by yourself, think about it. It's so easy to just kind of skip over a mistake, right? You might not even notice it. But when you're reciting to someone else, a friend, a teacher, everything changes. They catch that mistake instantly. And suddenly, there's this healthy pressure to get it right. It just clicks differently in your brain. It creates a much stronger memory. And this really gets to the heart of it. As one person put it, when you actually get corrected, it serves as another layer of strengthening your memory. His correction is always going to stay in my memory. And that's exactly it. A live correction isn't just data, it's an experience. You remember the moment, you remember the person, that little bit of embarrassment even. It makes the memory stick. It becomes an anchor. It's that human touch that an app just can't give you. So that healthy pressure we talked about, it literally turns mistakes, which are usually super frustrating, into powerful learning moments. Because let's be real, you don't want to make that same mistake again in front of your teacher or your friend. So your brain works overtime to lock in the right way. It completely flips revision from just a passive chore into something active and way, way more effective. All right, so that's all about the quality. But what about the sheer quantity? I mean, how on earth do you review huge chunks of the Quran every single day without fail? That brings us to our second technique, a beautifully simple plan that comes directly from a sheikh. Yeah, how can you possibly revise 10 or even 20 pages every single day? I mean, when you first hear that, it just sounds impossible, doesn't it? You've got work, you've got school, you've got family. Where are you supposed to magically find an extra hour or two? Your first reaction is probably, nope, no way, not for me. But here's where the sheikh's advice is just so brilliant. He says, stop trying to find a giant block of time. That's the mistake. The secret is not to add some huge new item to your to-do list. Instead, you integrate your revision right into the daily routine you already have. And the method for this is just so simple, it's beautiful. It's the 10-page-a-day method. First, you set your goal. Let's stick with 10 pages. Then you just divide that goal by the 5 daily prayers. That's it. So what do you get? You revise just 2 pages after each prayer. All of a sudden, that intimidating goal of 10 pages becomes this tiny, super manageable task that you do 5 times a day. It's brilliant. And look, here's what that actually looks like in a daily schedule. 2 pages after Fajr, 2 pages after Zohar, 2 after Asr, and so on. You see? You're no longer hunting for a free hour in your day. You're just using these small 5 to 10 minute pockets of time that are already built into your schedule. You're working with the rhythm of your day, not against it. And that's how revision stops feeling like a chore and becomes a simple, consistent habit. And here's the bottom line. In the sheikh's own words, it's just plan. Once you plan it, it is very, very easy for you. And that really says it all, doesn't it? The difficulty isn't in the work itself, it's in not having a plan. With a simple system like this,
the impossible suddenly becomes, well, easy. It's all about working smarter, not harder.
So let's put this all together. What does this look like in practice? This is your Hifdh blueprint. When we combine these two powerful techniques, we get a complete system for holding on to your memorization. One part handles the quality, the other handles the quantity. So, to recap, here are the 2 keys to stronger retention. First, for quality, you revise with a partner who can give you that active correction. That's what really encodes it in your memory. Second, for quantity, you use that 2 pages per prayer method to stay consistent and cover a lot of ground. But the real magic, the synergy, happens when you use them together. You use the daily plan to get the reps in, and then you meet with your partner to make sure it's all 100% accurate. It's the perfect combo. And I really want to emphasize this. This isn't about finding more time you don't have. It's not about adding more stress to your life. It's simply about using the time you already have more wisely. It's about being strategic and turning those small, scattered moments throughout your day into something incredibly powerful and effective. So that brings us to the final and most important question. What will be your first step today, right now? What's one tiny thing you can do to put this into motion? Are you going to send a quick text to a friend and ask them to be your revision partner? Or are you just going to commit to revising 2 pages after your very next prayer? Because really, that's all it takes. The journey to a rock-solid Hifdh starts with that one small, simple step.